Hello and welcome to another match in the Coca-Cola 10-pin Classic, and we're getting down to the crucial part of the tournament where the seedings are about to be decided, and this match could have a very big bearing on it. It's the match between Victoria and New Zealand. Let's have a look how they line up. For Victoria, 32-year-old Ian Bradford, 20-year-old Cara Honeychurch and 45-year-old John Sullivan. For New Zealand, 17-year-old Paul Fincham, 36-year-old Diane Wichello and 23-year-old Murray Johnston. Let's pick up the action, and joining me in the commentary box for this game is Sue Castle and Terry Winban.
First up in this encounter for New Zealand will be Paul Fincham.
That's a good aggressive start there, but that shouldn't do any damage.
Yes, he gave that plenty.
He's picked up his speed a lot, a bit more direct. I think it's a much, much better way to play. Going to have a really, you know, Victoria are looking rock solid in this competition.
Oh, gee. What happened there? I think by the looks of it, it looks like he's taken his ankle with him on the way through.
Yeah, it's rushed it a little bit. That's again, you'll see here on the replay.
Oh, yeah.
Hits his ankle, and that hurt.
I think the pain on the face expressed it all.
Gee whiz.
Chance for Ian Bradford. Great start by the Vicks.
Well, this is an important match. Ian will want to make sure he gets his team away to a good start, and you know, he's such a good player. You see here the ball just goes out, comes back perfect, 10 in the pit. It's exactly what he wants.
Yeah, an absolute textbook shot.
So let's see if Diane Wichello from New Zealand can get up here and get a strike and get New Zealand going.
Needs to bring it up. A little bit offline there.
And left herself a difficult spare too. Not as solid. She's really sort of sliding too much. She sort of slides even when she's still letting the ball go. What's the plan? Ball comes through maybe a bit late.
Can she tidy this up?
Yeah,
Nice work. Bit relieved too, I think.
Well, I think they just want to make a good showing, and this is their first time in the competition over here. They don't want to open frames. It's a good spare. But, well, they've still opened the first. They're still behind.
Cara Honeychurch.
I think she'll be happy with that lead. It wasn't a good shot, and I think she knew it, so I'd say she'd be pretty happy with it and go back and cover it for the spare.
Interesting though, she's bowled more inside. She was playing more outside in the previous matches, and she's playing more in just inside the second arrow. You know, Brenton, the other left-hander, he was playing way outside. Just got to make the spare.
Curling in. Nicely. Murray Johnston, sales representative with British Steel, only 23 years of age.
Just taking a lot of time to get lined up. Likes to turn the ball, so he needs to get the ball out and let it come back. Well, just not getting the ball out. He needs to get the ball right out. See, he brings his arm through, bends his elbow, gets the hand under the ball, but loses speed in doing so.
All right.
Perfect. When you say get the ball out, you mean get the ball out in distance down the lane or width to the right?
He needs to actually do both. He sort of puts the ball down a little bit short. He sort of lofts it there, but doesn't really get extension through the ball. Because he bends his elbow, he loses all of his pendulum swing and loses a lot of speed. He sort of defeats his own purpose.
John Sullivan. a veteran of the tournament at 45 years of age.
Over.
Well, that's John's worst
Shot the whole tournament, isn't it, really?
It is too. He's been making comments about other people going to the Brooklyn, and I said to him before the match that I hope he doesn't throw any bad shots. And, well, John, and he would have taken it, wouldn't he, Sue?
I think it doesn't matter in what situation, and you'll take any strike you can get when it means that your team can go in front.
Does he cover it?
That's a great start for Victoria, Terry.
Oh, very solid. Very solid. Situation now, well, after the third frame, they're 11 pins in front.
The heat on the street.
I think she'll be happy there was no 10 pin there with that as well.
I think she will, Sue. I just think she'll go up. She just seems to want to just get rid of it and just close the frames and get the hell out of there. She's not really not as aggressive in their previous match against Queensland. You know, they bowled very well. They shot 195 game. Let's see what they can do.
Only one strike so far in this match.
It's been pretty quiet, hasn't it?
Spare to New Zealand.
See the New Zealand flags there flying in the background?
That's Diane's husband, Fred, sitting behind her. What do you think, Sue? She really doesn't get through the ball enough, does she? Sort of dumps it.
She's got a good knee bend, and I think, you know, as we saw before, she can stay solid at the foul line. That'll let the swing come through, but she's really got to stay behind the shot and project the ball down the lane.
Bit unlucky there, Cara, you think?
What do you think, Sue?
It wasn't a bad shot. I mean, it was 100% better on the shot she threw previously, but seems to just drop her shoulder a little bit more than normal.
Playing a bit more inside, the ball's going to not roll as much as if she moved outside.
Yeah.
Nice ball.
Yes, we saw Brenton Davey earlier on playing an outside shot and taking full advantage of the lane. Cara's tended to take the inside area and work with that, and have a feeling that she probably should be moving out a bit more and taking advantage of the area that she's got out there.
Murray Johnson has got to get it out. Likes to turn it, get it out and back. That's a much better shot.
Better shot than Murray.
Not done any damage either. Let's go back, pick up his spares. See here, bowling in. Likes to get the ball out. Jumps back. Just lose the 4-pin.
Very relieved boy at the finish.
Well, he was. He sort of, again, he got more in the middle of the lane, so sending it out and hoping for it to come back is a bit dangerous.
I thought he almost gave it away halfway down.
That only just got it.
Back with John Sullivan. Runs half marathons. You don't find him on the bowling lanes.
Well, what was wrong with that shot? It looked perfect to me up here.
Well, I think right now he's saying, well, I think I might as well go back to the Brooklyn. He said, I'm not getting any justice here. That was a great shot from John. You know, he's always been in and around the pocket. He's such a fierce competitor. Like, he and Tom are probably around the same vintage. And they're both such fierce competitors. No problem with that at all.
Good fairly.
Make sure he gets the ball out on the lane. He knows if he drops it short, it's going to run high. He just wants to make sure it gets out on the lane. Look at that, it's right out, making sure of that one. So, at the 6th frame, Victoria still have an 8-pin lead.
The winning team of the Coca-Cola 10-pin Classic will receive a cheque for $15,000. Plus, each team member receives accommodation and entry into the $1 Million High Roller Tournament, staying at the Gold Coast Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, flying Qantas, courtesy of the Australian 10-Pin Bowling Congress.
4 frames remaining in this match. And the Kiwis are 8 behind.
Now, can they get something going? We really need Paul here to come up and get a strike and really get his team going.
Can he get them going? Almost.
Well, he's a lot more aggressive and going 9. He was happy with that. It was a bit surprising that he left the 9-pin there. So cold.
Eight times the nine pins have fallen in this match.
Yeah, they've actually had, what, 6 9s in a row now.
Oh, no hit of the ankle there. Got that covered nicely.
One gets the impression if one of these teams get a strike, that might just be the impetus just to go on and win this match.
I think you're right, Alan. If either team can get up here and get a strike and put some pressure on the other team, it's going to be the deciding factor. And if there's a man to do it, this is him. He's such a fierce competitor and a great player.
Ian Bradford. Yes!
And he takes it.
And John Sullivan loving it.
Yeah. Like I said, you don't seem to mind when it's your team that's hitting the Brooklyn. You'll take them whatever way you can get them, and look at that, they'll take it.
Are there many bowlers who like to attack from behind, or most like to be front runners, to get the score on the board and let them chase you?
I think most players actually like to attack from behind. Winning from in front's very hard.
Winning from the front is harder.
I believe it is.
Why?
Someone's looking at
Well, I think when you're in front, you tend to sit there and look at it. You start to become defensive. And when you become defensive, the game's, well, really finished, because I don't believe you can. You know, they talk about in golf with Raymond Floyd, once he hits the lead, that he's almost impossible to catch. But he's really the only one. A lot of them, you know, US Masters, the tournament turns around, usually comes from behind.
The spare to die in Wichita.
And that's true too, Terry, I think, because also people that are coming from behind sort of look at it with an attitude, well, there's only one way I can go.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. It's sort of like when you're the best, you know, when you're number one in a sport, there's only one way you can go, and that's backwards or stay there. And I always found that it's much easier to get to number one than it is to stay number one.
We're with Cara now.
again, she's shooting a very tight inside line.
Yes, but she's not revving the ball either. The ball's not rotating at all a lot. It's slowly revving. I don't know why. She just seems to be playing a percentage shot more than trying to attack the pins. And she's only got 3 frames. Well, really 3 shots to play. That's all you've got to bowl.
Her preferred line is actually an outside line, and she executes the shot quite finely. So
tidies up well. I just say before, Terry, a particular bowler spares very well. Are there bowlers who are expert at spares and others who are a little bit dicey trying to clean up?
Definitely. Definitely are. Most of the younger players that turn the ball up are pretty much poor sparers. They rely a lot on getting a lot of strikes rather than sparing.
When you say turn the ball up?
Well, you've got guys like Robert Thompson and Billy Gardner. You've got Carl, who is actually a good sparer, but you've got Andrew Drew, who on this show in previous years has even missed a spare to win a match.
But what do they do to turn the ball up? What do you mean turn it up?
Well, what they do is they rotate their hand. They have their ball. They really, if you watch them, you'll see that even Murray here is probably a good example of it, but he doesn't generate the ball speed that the others do. When he comes down with the ball, he bends his elbow, gets his fingers underneath the ball, and then lifts up.
oh, lovely spare.
Oh, good work.
Oh, they're happy about that.
That still keeps them in the match.
They're still in there. Let's hope they can pull something out of the bag here and maybe give New Zealand the first win that they so
Richly
much deserve. Yeah.
Yes, you'll see there with Murray on that shot there, bends his elbow, gets his fingers right under the ball, but unlike the other guys that do it, like particular Robert Thompson, he generates the ball speed. But John Sullivan, an older style player.
Oh dear, same lead as Murray.
Yeah, but John, as I'm going to say, is an older style player. He plays the ball pouring us down the lanes, doesn't throw the big hook ball, but as we've seen in this show, he is still very, very effective.
I think it does come down to generations, doesn't it? If we look at John's style and Tom's style, they're both unique in their own right, where they don't cover as many boards as what the younger players tend to do.
Let's see if John can spare this.
Oh, he has. That was crucial.
Well, that was a great spare there from John. He executed it exactly right. Again, you can see he just wants to get the ball out because he knows if he gets it out, it'll come back. The ball gets straight between the 3 and the 10. That's a great shot. That's fair. In the 9th frame, gives Victoria a 10-pin lead.
The Kiwis are down by 10 to the Vics.
Now, if Paul can only get up here and get 2 strikes, we'll really have a match.
No, needs to bring it up.
Good 9.
Okay. Seemed to just fall right out of his hand.
He seems to want to hurry and get rid of it, doesn't he? Maybe thinking about his ankle. For the 9 spare, if he can go 9 spare strike, he can shoot a 180 game. The Victorians are still on a 190 pace. And New Zealand haven't had a strike this game.
No. How many 9s have they had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 9s. Victoria have only had 2 strikes, but they've managed to stay clean throughout the match.
Actually, they've had 8 9s.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
See if he can finish off with a strike.
What a shot!
Well called, Terry.
What do you say about that, Sue? He's looked ordinary all game.
You won't find a better shot than that. Oh, wouldn't it have been superb if we could have got that in the first frame of the 10th. Who knows what would have happened after that.
This is just such a great shot. 5 goes out the window.
Don't come any better than that. Well,
New Zealand finished with 180 game.
Yeah, I guess the pressure's on Ian Bradford now. He's got to keep the frame closed.
And does he? Very easy, thank you. One more.
Well, I guess you'll be happy with that one, Alan.
Bowling superbly, Ian.
This is a great shot. Perfectly in the pocket. It's exactly what they want. As it is now, again, Victoria need the pinfall. They need to get the extra strike. If they get the extra strike, they can keep the lead in the tournament.
Has he got it in the same slot? Yes, sir.
As we said, Victoria, they were running 3rd before this game. South Australia have had a bad game. They can move up. 20 pins bonus for the win, plus the extra 10 that Ian's just got there in the 10th frame.
Wouldn't he love to finish this with 3 consecutive strikes on the 10th? Will the crowd will this on? Yes, they do. Great finish, Ian Bradford. Well done, Victoria. That's a super finish.
Well, there you have it, a win to Victoria. They pick up the 20 bonus pins as the top seeds battle it out. Our next match is between New Zealand and South Australia. Hoping you can join us for that here on Nine's Wide World of Sports.